Okay. Okay, so we'll continue on. It'll be a new video. So we need to find the vectors between the points. So it doesn't really matter where they are. If you draw them in 3D, you can't usually tell which one's the right angle. If it was like in R2 and you drew it, you could probably guess which one was the right angle. But in 3 dimensions, it's really hard to see. Okay, so we can say we want the angle AB. We want the angle AC, that would be between A and C, and BC. And you could write them in the opposite direction, it wouldn't matter in this instance. But if you write A, then B, your arrow's over top of this. This is saying the vector between A and B. Which one do we subtract first? B minus A. That is very important because the other way is in the opposite direction. So if you write this, then you need them to go the right way. So this would be point B minus point A. So remember, you write your points in, but then you have to convert it to the other type of bracket because now it's going to be a vector. Right? So this will be 3 minus 1. 2, 0 minus 2, and 7 minus 3. So this is the vector between A and B. I'll just move these down. So AC is C minus A. So, whoops. 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 3. And then BC is C minus B. Two minus 3, 3 minus 0, 3 minus 7. Okay. So what you don't want to do is dot product the points by mistake, right? Thinking that those are the vectors, the sides, because then that won't give you the right information. You need to dot product the actual, and if you come across one that's the right angle in your first guess, you don't need to go further. So now, check the dot products. So we might do AB dot with AC. Is this one going to give us a 0? Yeah, it is. I was hoping you would see that. I like writing them up and down when I do the dot product, because then it shows the numbers lined up. Right, because you can switch between the two forms. This is like a better form for typing, right? It's harder to type like this. So this would be 2 times 1 minus 2 times 1 and plus 4 times 0. Right, and we can stop. We found it. The other ones won't be. They'll be acute, which means they'll be positive, right? So you could check the other pairs, but none of the other ones are going to be 0, right? Because you get one right angle and it's a triangle, you have 3 different points. So I looked and knew it was 0 right away because I saw that this one's going to cancel out the 0 and the 4. And what were the other numbers? The same, but with an opposite sign. Do you see it now? All right. So, and even if I didn't have them listed in this order, if I were doing the question, I would look through and sort of say, oh, these ones look like they'd be 0. It would be less work if I did those ones first. Right? If you dot this and this, you're going to end up with a 2, and this, you'll end up with a something else, and I can't do it in my head just like that, right? So it's a right angle because one of the dot products. Questions? Okay, so that's the end of section 1.2, so I'll post the problem set for 1.2. Did anyone look at the problem set for 1.1 yet? So I photocopied the pages, the questions on them, and then I did the solutions. Now, this is my first time doing these problem sets. I didn't check my answers.
One of them is wrong.
Perfect. So I want you to tell me if one is wrong so that I can fix it, because I saved my page. It's so easy to fix because I can just go on and fix it, rescan it. Okay, so you need to let me know if you find one's wrong. I do them so fast sometimes, and sometimes I'll miss a sign, or I'll add 1 and 1 and get 3, or something silly like that.
One of the vectors is really wrong, so it's
like I wrote the vector wrong? Yeah, and sometimes if you're doing a big long set of questions, you look back up and take a vector off the wrong question, and so if you notice my mistakes, tell me, okay? Don't spend too long if you think you're doing it right and your answer doesn't match mine. You can send me a text or an email. Here's your answer, click, click, here's a picture, is this right? And I'll say, oh shoot, I made a mistake, I'll fix that, okay?